Hi everyone, and welcome to She Thrives, All Things Life.
Oh.
Our episode this week is on morning routines. We just thought it would be good to share what we do as a morning routine and also just the importance of them and how they can really help set up your day the right way. So, yeah, we thought we'd share a couple of things that's easy for you to do and implement into your day to make sure that you have a day full of energy and positivity.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something that I was saying to Laura, we probably take it for granted that everyone does this because we do. But I think a lot of people don't feel like they have the time or haven't got into a practice of it. And I think, it's so important if you want to achieve whatever you want to achieve, even if it's just feeling good about yourself, feeling happy, feeling fulfilled. Like it's so key to that. We talked last week about anxiety and kind of stress management. This is the kind of thing, if you have this in place, it prevents you even feeling the stress or getting anxious. So yeah, definitely something, even though it sounds boring, it sounds like, more things to do, like, and so many of my clients, when I tell them, or if I ask them, do you have a morning routine, you get the eye roll and it's like, I ain't got time for that, or whatever, like I can't implement that. It's like, I am actually saying you have to you have to do it. It's important for good mental health, but also to kind of feel at our best and perform at our best, whatever it is. Like every single successful person in whatever area they're successful in has a daily routine, a morning routine, an evening routine, and they're disciplined with it because it's the way that you're going to get and achieve the things you want out of life and be at your best.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. And I think if you can make it as simple and easy as possible, so it's not going to
Mm,
be, minimal effort is always the best way. So uh for me, because I realize that I can't drink coffee because it gives me heart palpitations, which has been quite bad. So then
mm.
I was looking into what I could have instead because I need that focus because I've lost most of my brain cells when I gave birth, so I need a lot of help. And so I have cacao and mushroom powder every morning, which really does help. And so that's something that I just can't not do anymore. It's just built. So I get up at 7, I get my daughter up, we go downstairs, I make my cacao drink while she's eating breakfast, then I sit down with her, we have my drink. And that really sets me up for the day because I don't get that kind of crash that you get with coffee. Um,
Mm.
but it's just something that is just so much part of a habit now that I just do it without even thinking. And then what I'm going to do before that, so going forwards, I'm going to be doing a 5 minute yoga routine as well. So me and Isabella are going to we're going to get up. She always does,
Oh.
she just ends up doing yoga stuff anyway. I don't know where she gets it from. Or like maybe kids just do the downward dog just comes natural to them. They're obviously really flexible. But
Oh.
well, I think she likes it. I think she'd like it. So yeah, we're going to do that together. And that's just something that we can do together, the two of us, do 5 minute yoga and then we'll have breakfast. And I think that just also sets us up for the day because I used to do yoga all the time, well, not all the time, but like in the morning. So after we went to the yoga retreat, that you did in Ibiza, and it was just like became part of my morning routine and part of my life. And then it just sort of fell away. And I really want to bring it back because I feel like it's so important. So yeah, I think just those two things is two tips from me really. Just get, something. And I think if because coffee is great, like, but I think if you want something where you're not going to get that crash or you're worried about drinking too much coffee and it's keeping you up at night or whatever, then maybe do try an alternative that's less buzzy, but a bit more sustainable. Like, I mean, we were saying before anyway about the benefits of cacao, but yeah, especially for ceremonies, but for, just your kind of everyday life, try a cacao and mushroom powder and yeah, just see how that gets you, and then chuck a 5 minute yoga routine in there, and yeah, that'll set you up for the day. I hope.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, I'll second them. Those are two things that I do in the morning. and I really feel it when I don't do them. So yeah, and the cacao we're going to talk about more on one of our lives. So yeah, keep tuned for that. Um, so yeah, I think for me, like, so I would definitely do those two. But for me, I what I have to do every day, and I encourage my clients to do, is definitely a meditation. So firstly, as well, I think when we wake up in the morning, we have gotten into bad, like, I know I've gotten into bad habit. Most people will, the first thing you do is check your phone, and it's so bad. It's so, it kind of unhinges us, it throws us off our path. You know, when we wake up in the morning, we've had a night of our body kind of balancing out and going back into our center, and like we're on our own agenda. And you know, it's something that I really realize when, you know, like you were saying in one of our lives, when we go on holiday and we if you can detach from your phone and go totally offline, you feel so great for it. And it's like, if the first thing we do when we're like, wait, when our eyes open is look at our phone, it's usually, they say, it's like yearning for connection, you know. So we're kind of like, but then if you're looking at news as well, and then there's something that just like hits you, that's really, you know, most of the news is not happy news. So you're waking up with all, this feeling of stress straight away, you know. So you've introduced stress into your day without even, you know, like even getting out of bed. And then also, you know, it's that feeling of urgency. So suddenly you've just got all this stress that's just flooded into you, and other people's agendas, you know, like, do this, I need you to get back to me about that. So I would say, and this is something that I find hard as well, because I've got into the bad habit of it, is like, try and give yourself at least half an hour in the morning without the phone, like without that connection to the phone. Because if we don't, we're just, what's the word, we're continuing that addiction. You know, like they say, it's the dopamine hit of connection. It's not, it's false connection, it's not even real a lot of the time. You know, if you're on the phone, like if you wake up and you're on the phone scrolling on Facebook, this is not good. Like, this is actually like, you're embedding into your subconscious that you're, you know, you're not ready for the day, you know, like you're not intentional about your day, you're kind of just drifting, and that's how your day will be. So I do think, you know, like how we go to bed at night is how we wake up in the morning. So it's all pre-paving how we want to feel, and how we allow ourselves to wake up in the morning is how our day is going to unfold. You know, so if you snooze your phone, you know, snooze your alarm like a few times, and then have to quickly run, you know, and scramble around because you're late, that's how your day is going to be, is this like frantic kind of energy of like chasing your tail the whole day. Whereas if you get up, like Laura said, you know, intentionally, like, and also if you can set yourself like 7 o'clock every day, it's like you're showing up for yourself. And I feel like that's so important. You know, we will have a level of trust in ourselves. You know, it's self-worth, it builds up self-confidence, like all of these different things is like really important. Um, but for me, yeah, there's meditation is the one thing for me, because whatever is going on with us, like meditation will just help us just to kind of tune in with our natural state of being. You know, so there will always be remnants of stress from the day before, or think, you know things are going to happen today. It just helps you kind of get balanced and kind of in tune, you know, with your healthy state of mind and your healthy emotions. So I think it's really, really important to, even if it's just 1 minute, again, it's the discipline of saying, this is what I'm going to do and this is why, and your subconscious then like gets on board. And it's just developing this healthy habit of being there for yourself first, without, you know, like going to everybody else. And also it just calms the mind and it calms ourselves. I used to really like take pride in the fact that I used to be able to get ready in 5 minutes. Like I used to just wear hats, and, you know, like I'd have like easy clothes to wear. I mean, this is kind of because I used to work for the hospital. I used to start shifts at like 6:30 sometimes. So it was like early doors. But yeah, I used to think it was great that I could just shower 30 seconds, you know, hair in a bun or whatever, and race out like whilst eating my breakfast. I like, no wonder I got a chronic pain condition. Like, it's ridiculous. Like I was, and the day was kind of like that frantic energy of like, you know, like firefighting. And so now, like, I could easily get into that again, because, you know, I have this energy of like wanting to kind of get going, you know, like just go into the kind of sprint before you've even started. So I have to slow myself down to be like, okay, hold on, what is it I'm doing? What's the main things I want to kind of get out today? How do I want to be? How do I want to show up? And the meditation really helps me do that. And my other thing I think is visualization. Like this is something I work with a lot with my clients and myself, and this is what helped me, do my retreats that Laura went on, do the big events that I go to where, they would have like created a bit of anxiety for me. And has helped me kind of just stay on path, even though, I wake up in pain or whatever. I visualize what it is that I want to kind of get out of the day, or my big picture thinking. It's so important. And it kind of like, when I think especially when your reality right now isn't what you want it to be. And you're like, so for example, waking most mornings I wake up and I feel like I've just been run over by something like a big lorry or something. I just feel battered, and my body's just like in pain. Like I wake up, and sometimes I can wake up in a lot of pain. And so I don't want to be thinking about that reality. Like I need to shift out of that. So I can, and then also like when I'm in that state, I find it hard to be the inspired coach or whatever I'm doing that day. I just feel miserable, and I'm just a grouch if I don't get out of that state. So I meditate to kind of feel the calmness, and then I feel all the things that Laura said as well. And I visualize what it is that I want to do. I'm visualizing my next retreat and how excited I am about that. I'm visualizing my team that I work with, in the future to like, build up my business and the people that I'm helping. That, like, even just explaining that now gets me excited. And so then I get this excitement feeling of like, you know what, even though I'm in pain, I'm going to do it today. Like, come on, I've got this. And I was saying to Laura, I have like a script that I use because I can't trust myself that I'm going to just do the things I say I'm going to do each morning because I wake up like, oh gosh, why am I feeling like this today again? It's like, it's all Groundhog Day. I know it's probably going to happen because it happens before. Like, so I can't trust myself that I'm going to do the right things. So I get this piece. I've got this. It's so tatty now. I need to laminate it because I use it so often. I tell myself, morning, number one, gratitude. Number two, grounding. Like I do that. Number three, so I just follow the steps. And I've even got like things to say out loud because I probably won't remember them in the time. And you know what, by the time I ever get to the end of this, I feel great. I feel great and I feel ready for my day. So I guess that would be my overall thing is say whatever it is that you need to do in the morning to get the good vibe feeling, get a feeling of like, yes to today. Yes, I'm going to show up like how I want to do it. Like, thinking about your goals and the big things that you want to achieve. Yeah, do that. Like obviously like in the most natural ways you can. So that might be, watching an inspiring, video or talk or something, or, like listening to affirmations or playing really like uplifting music, whatever that is for you. I think like absolutely do it. If you can shift your energy, whatever it is, to get into the state of feeling, at your best and wanting to kind of have the best day, that's really going to help your day unfold in like such a great way. So that's
Yeah.
kind of my
I think that yeah, I think that that's really good. And the not looking at your phone in the morning. So I put mine on do not disturb on the notifications at night time, and then I don't turn it off until I've got Isabella up downstairs. She's got her breakfast. I've got my drink, and then I might turn them on. But I try not to, yeah, first thing because otherwise it's just especially if you get like a shitty email from your boss or something like that, or there's just something that you're like, oh, and it just makes your day, it just brings it right down then, doesn't it? Whereas if you're like,
mm.
you've done the things and you're like, right, okay, well, let's tackle it. Like whatever's in my inbox is fine. It's just, part of it. And then it's not, it doesn't feel so bad. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's important to manage our time and manage our energy. And if you go straight to the phone, both of them are gone. Like
Yeah.
before you know it, when you're scrolling, it's like, oh my God, how did 10 minutes just go? And also, yeah, that one thing that comes through that shakes your energy, like I think if you really want to achieve something in your life, whatever it is, you have to be on purpose. Everything you do is intentional and like right, yeah, like I'll give time for that then, and I'll give time for that then. And so yeah, like definitely morning routines. I think it's all about like Tony Robbins, he said something that really stuck with me. Like if you think about our energy and our emotional state and everything being from 0 to 10, a lot of the times when we wake up in the morning, no one gets out of bed 10 out of 10, like 10 out of 10 vibrancy, like feeling healthy, feeling energized, feeling happy. And especially depending on what happened the day before, it could be that you had a great day the day before, but you did so much, you're really exhausted the next day. And when we're exhausted and maybe tired, hungry, because it's the start of the day, that's when your defenses are down and you can start, the negative thinking can come in, the negative emotions. So he always says, like, think about what you need to do to get yourself topped up. So say generally we might get out of bed averagely, so 5 out of 10. You don't want to go through your day 5 out of 10 if you want, like, great things to happen and great opportunities. So you think, like, what can I do to get me up to 6, 7 or whatever? So the cacao, for sure, that's going to get you up to 6. Like bit of movement, like yoga, whatever it might be, that's going to get you up to 7. Meditation, like all these things will, like, raise the dial until I guess the aim is, like, when you leave the door, you are that 10 out of 10. Like, and he always says, if you think about, like, people who have a presence and everyone's drawn to them, and you want them to be at the party, you want them to kind of be around, you love being around that person. They're not a 5 out of 10 person. They're not someone who's just flopped out of bed and just let their day kind of grind them down. They're the 10 out of 10, and they're the 10 out of 10 because they've done something to get there, most of the time. Maybe it's not even good things, maybe it's like alcohol or whatever, but whatever, they're intentionally doing something. So we can intentionally do things to raise our energy, our emotional state, all of the things, so we are, like, high vibing, we're, like, at the best we can be. And I really like that idea, so that
Mm-hmm.
helps me gauge, like, where am I at right now. Some days I can really, well, some days I don't even want to get out of bed, so that's clearly a 0. If you choose sleep rather than getting up, then that's a 0, aren't you? You're not in
Yeah.
any state, so you need to be like. And I know so many people who wake up being like, oh, I don't want to get up, so they snooze. So, like, what are you doing to raise that energy? If you're going straight to the coffee and that's what's raised it, that's superficial and that's not real and that's not going to last.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it's a really good way of reframing how we start our day.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to see it. And maybe if you can find the link to that Tony Robbins, guess it was on YouTube, we'll put it in there.
Mm.
I know he's got probably thousands of videos, but yeah, we'll pop that in the comments if we can find it. But
Yeah. And
yeah,
I've got a free download as well that I just actually thought about. It's called From Dive to Thrive, and it's something I created for myself with these steps, where it's like, if you feel like you're just at a really low, um do they dive to thrive? Oh, I don't even know what the name of it was, but when you're a 0 out of 10 or a really low out of 10 and you want to get your energy up, it's kind of steps that you can follow to get yourself to that 10 out of 10. And it's all guided as well. So there's steps in a PDF, but there's also a video. If anyone wants that, I will share the link as well, but DM me if this is on Instagram and you want that.
yeah, that's a good idea actually. We'll put
Mm.
that in the comments as well. Yeah, I want a copy of that actually. That'd be helpful.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know. Do you know, I created that a while ago and just totally forgot I had it, because so many things have changed. But yeah, and it's useful. I think we can't, what's the word? Until you're really in that disciplined state, I think it's about just taking procrastination out of it. We
Mm,
can't trust ourselves that we're going to do the right things at first, because we've been taught a very different way. And in order to be kind of really disciplined, have the scripts, have something to follow. Don't let our ego say we haven't got time, or like, oh, I can't be bothered today, or I feel too tired. It's just like, you got to do it.
yeah,
It's got to just be there.
non-negotiable. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it,
like that.
definitely.
No,
But
I
it's
think
worked
it's
for us, hasn't it? So yeah, both of us talk about doing these things, and I think I definitely notice when I don't do it, like, how much my day kind of deteriorates because I haven't done it. So
good.
I definitely recommend it.
Well, I think people get a lot of value out of this, and
Yeah.
yeah, do the things, implement the steps, and
Yeah, let us know if you try anything and what ones you find, yeah, useful. Always wanting to hear back from you, so let us know.
yeah, cool. All right, well, we will see you all again midday next Friday.
Yeah, see you later.
Have a good
Have a good
day.
weekend.
Bye.